Good afternoon. Welcome to Willie Gymnasium. Bring you some live coverage of Torrington Wrestling, which is now a triangular, as it was scheduled to host Douglas, Wheatland, and Newcastle canceled, and so now it becomes a triangular with Wheatland and Douglas. Wrestlers have went through a pretty extensive warm-up. Torrington is going to take on and wrestle Wheatland first, and then Wheatland Douglas will wrestle, and I will leave the live stream going at that point. Will not be calling those matches, but then Torrington will wrap it up taking on Douglas. Should be some good matches this afternoon and tonight. I want to really excited to bring you this duel. I think this is the first home duel that Case Broadcasting has taken on, and with their desire and commitment to growing the exposure and broadcasting sports in Goshen County and beyond into the listening area. So we're just about set for the national anthem, which is a good time to send it to a commercial break. I will be back after this.
Grant Curry with Farm Bureau Financial Services is committed to helping you prepare for the unexpected. Farm Bureau, the #1 insurer of farm and ranch in Wyoming. They have a wide variety of insurance and financial services. He can help you understand your needs and provide the right coverage for you specifically. Visit him at the Torrington location, 1919 East A, or in Lusk at 208 West Griffith. Grant Curry, your local agent with Farm Bureau Financial Services.
At Points West Community Bank, we know that agriculture is more than a business. It is a way of life. With over 94 years of experience in serving Goshen County, we understand and value the ways of our local farmers and ranchers. Through the quality of banking services and lending relationships, we take the time to know our customer and learn their operation firsthand. Stop in today to meet with our friendly and experienced lending staff to discuss your agricultural business needs. We look forward to seeing you. Points West Community Bank, a new direction in banking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Looking for expert urologic care in your community? Dr. Matthew Ruttman, board-certified urologist at Banner Health Torrington, specializes in comprehensive urologic and pelvic health, treating everything from bladder issues and kidney stones to pelvic pain and prostate issues. Dr. Ruttman provides personalized, compassionate care right here in your community. Call Banner Health Torrington at 307-532-8758. Banner Health, making healthcare easier so life can be better.
Bear Mountain Beef is your go-to for all of your USDA beef, hog, lamb, and goat processing. Located in Hot Springs, they're the premier USDA processor in the area. Give them a call today to book your next appointment, 307-338-2751, or visit their website, bearmountainbeef.com, 338-2751. Bear Mountain Beef, a cut above the rest.
So back here at Willie, Torrington, the #4 ranked team in the state in team standings, taking on Wheatland first. They're going to do a face-off. I'll do one as well, give you a lay of the land of who's going to wrestle who. Is in wrestling, there's a lot of shifting of weights and depending on the opponent. They're going to start out at 106, where you're going to see Barrett Brew take on Mason Jolly. Jolly, a freshman. He's 14-7 on the year. Don't have season stats and totals and wins, losses for the Blazers, but talking with Mr. Grant beforehand, Coach Grant, he thinks he's got a pretty solid squad this year, and I'll see if I can't get that. He's been more than accommodating, getting us information here at the radio station. At 113, Bo Lever, a sophomore, taking on Lane Holt, also a sophomore, who is 6-6. At 120, Jonas Hendricks is a freshman, and he will be taking on also a freshman, Brecken Himmel. He is 0-2 on the season. This ought to be a good one, as Garrett Henderson at 126, a freshman, taking on Greg Vroman, a junior. He is Roman, 18-6 on the season. Tough matchup there. At 132, Skyland Smith taking on Darius Dickinson, who is a junior and 6-3 on the season. Jaden Ruiz, a senior, at 138, taking on Hudson Shipton, a sophomore, just 3-9 on the season. At 144, Garrett Hager, just a sophomore, taking on a senior, Jacob Noblin, who is 9-5 on the season. 150, looking forward to this one a whole bunch. Check that, I'm on Douglas's starting lineup. Torrington's lineup is the same. There we go. At 150, I'll go back and get the other ones. At 150, Ty Alba, 22-0 on the season. I know that one. He's a senior. He's taking on a junior, Marshall Edwards, who is 12-7. At 157 is Brendan Woodard. He will not have an opponent from Wheatland. They aren't able to fill that weight class. They aren't able to fill 165, where Colby Sandusky will accept the forfeit. At 175, Caden Adams, a senior, taking on Colby Milnes, who is a junior and 11-7 on the season. 190, Brant Eichenberger, he's a sophomore, taking on a junior, Hayden Steinsick, who is 3-14 on the season. This will be a good one as well, as we have at 215, sophomore David Ibarra taking on Creed Kuntz, who is 13-7, also a sophomore. And then Wheatland is also open at heavyweight, and Aaron Chavez, a junior, will be taking the forefoot. Brew is going to take on Gabe Hagan, who is 9-9 and a junior on the season. At 113, Wheatland doesn't have a wrestler. Jonas Hendricks at 120 will take on Cale Gundel. And at 126 is going to be open for Garrett Henderson, no wrestler there. Ian Pierce is going to jump in instead of Skyland Smith at 132 and take on Cooper Meyer. And at 138, Jaden Ruiz is going to take on a sophomore at 5-10 on the season, Isaac Goodrow. Wrestlers with the flip of the coin, and what they'll do there is they'll decide if they want odd or even on the choice of top, bottom, neutral, or defer. So let's take a break, and we'll come back with the opening match, Barrett Brew and Gabe Hagan after this.
Don't miss community weekends at Blowdorns in Torrington. Every Saturday and Sunday from now until the end of February, get 15% off everything in store. That's right, 15% off everything. All you have to do is enroll as a Do It Best Rewards member. Not a member yet? Sign up is easy at Blowdorns. Community weekends at Blowdorns in Torrington. 15% off everything until the end of February. We'll see you Saturday.
Back at Willie Gymnasium, ready for the 106-pound matchup between Barrett Brew, who's ranked second in the state. He was at 113 earlier in the season and ranked. Dropped down to 106. Oh, check that. They have Nathan. They've got that. So this is a little bit chaotic here. They do have Jolly on the mat. This is against Douglas. I thought they were wrestling Wheatland first. That's what I was told. Nonetheless, we're underway. At 106 pounds, Brew in on a deep single. He's got to elevate. Crawls up the body and gets a three-point takedown. Top score on the bottom right of your screen is the match score. Bottom score will be the team totals. Brew working for a far side or a near side cradle. He's got to get the head in the ribs. He does. He's looking to get some back points. He's got to stay perpendicular and not parallel to Jolly. Let's go of it. Keeps the arm trapped. See if he goes a underhook on this left side. He does. Now he's got the arm trapped. Now he's going to go back, try to pull the arm across to get some back points. Jolly doing a nice job fighting off his back, not giving anything up yet. Brew with the arm. If he gets out to the other side, there may be some room there to move. Jolly back to his base. Got JV going on the other mat here. Girls as well. Not too many girls matches. See if we can't get some of that action. There's Brew trying to get a cheap tilt. Jolly rolls through. Brew's going to have to do something with that arm that he's got trapped. Get out to the side. Just kind of hanging there on the back of him. Jolly trying to base up and Brew just pushing down on him. Sure takes a lot of energy out of a person, though, trying to fight up when there's constant pressure on you. Now Jolly gets to his base. Brew trying to break him down near side. Far side half was there. Brew content now just to ride Jolly, it appears. Being patient, working for a pinning combination with 4 seconds left. And that's the end of first period. 2 minutes, 2 minutes, and 2 minutes. They have 5-0 on the scoreboard. Must have been a count for a near fall. Brew deferred to him, takes neutral. Now I'm thinking, going to restart things. There's the official start. Now we're back in it in second period here. Brew with a couple arm fakes, not much of a shot. There's a sweep from a single leg. He's got it in pretty deep, needs to elevate. He's getting up to the air. Jolly trying to whizzer him out of it. We're going to go out of bounds. No control either side. Brew kind of left his arm up on that single when he elevated. If he keeps it tucked next to him, he probably gets the takedown there. Brew with the sweeping double leg on his knees. Now Jolly breaks him down, back up to the base. Brew now is with the bear hug. Drops to a single, and is going to get a 3-point takedown as his toes were still on in the inside of the circle. Nice job by Brew reaching down and heel picking him. Puts Jolly down. Brew up 8-zip CNA scoreboard. Jolly set. Brew on top. Brew with a little arm bar trying to get the arm back. Now just traps it under Jolly's belly button. Looking for a tilt. Trying to drive his right shoulder, Jolly's right shoulder into it. Now he's got an underhook, chicken wing on the near side. He's got the arm trapped on the other one. Jolly trying to base up and spin his arm away from Brew. Brew tinkering. Now he's got the arm and he's driving up over the head. He's going to get back points here. He settles in. That's a long time to fight off your back with 37 seconds left here in the second. Brew now with the reverse half. Jolly's going to squirm his way out of it, but Brew's going to get 4. That puts it up 12-0. We get to 15-point differential, and it'll be a technical fall for Brew. Working a little bit of a crossface. Far side cradle. Backs off of it. That was a little wonky. It looked like he had both legs in that cradle. Jolly not doing much to try to get out of it, out of that bottom position. We got 1 second left, and that's the end of the second. So Brew is going to take, Jolly took neutral. Brew up, just needs a takedown to end this. Interesting choice by Jolly. There's a nice double leg by Brew. Keeps spinning. Jolly fighting for his life now. Needs to get underneath. Brew just needs to stick his leg over the top of Jolly's. He'll get the takedown here. Now he's starting to work up the body a little bit. Just relax and get that 3. There it is. That should be the end of the match. It is. So number 2 ranked team in the wrestler in the state at 106 pounds gets a 15-0 victory. I'll be back after this with 113.
Oh, stop! I've always wanted to live there.
Been driving around looking for that perfect house?
I just don't see anything I like. Do you? Wait, I know. Remember that house we went to that one night with the lights I liked from that movie we went to on our first date?
Looking for a house shouldn't be frustrating or a scavenger hunt. Let me help you. Jackie Van Mark, Century 21 Valley Realty, your home matchmaker. Call us today, 532-2110.
On the mat early is Lane Holt and Torrington's own Bo Lever. Holt ranked 4th in the state at 113 pounds. Just 6-6 on the season. Pretty high ranking for only being 500 on your win-loss. Looking for a headlock. Lever trying to pop his head out. He's almost, he was there. Now Holt up on top. Lever with the double leg. He's got to keep fighting and driving into him. Get a leg up. Holt just reaching down and now getting a cow catcher, trying to get Lever over. Lever switches to a single, now back to a double. He's got to get a knee up. Now he's in on a single with Holt controlling his near side ankle. Let's see how long now. Holt to his hip. Lever, if he just takes his time and crawls up, he's going to be okay. And now Holt is going to end up after a little bit of a sidestep by Lever with a 3-point takedown. Lever on his back now in a half Nelson, rolls out of it. It's going to get a 2-point, give up 2 points, 5-zip CNA scoreboard. Bo wrestled well at state last year as a freshman. I remember calling him. He's got to get a leg up. Now here's an attempt at a sit out. Slacking off was Holt, trying to catch him. Lever with the single leg. He's got to post his arm and circle towards that leg. Nothing really happening here. They're going to go almost off the mat with 3, 2, 1. That'll end the first. Lever down 5-0. Thought he was in pretty good position to get a takedown that first period and just couldn't complete it. And now looks like Holt is going to take down. It was his choice. So Lever will be on top, try to work towards a pinning combination or get some back points. Down 5-0. Torrington got 5 points on that tech fall by Brew. We're going to caution on Holt. They got little lines on the mat. Your knees have to be behind it, hands have to be in front. And he was spread you out a little bit. He was a little tight on that one. Holt with a quick stand up. Lever holding on, trying to get him back to the ground, elevates and drops him. Holt right back to his feet, reaching behind him to get a leg of Lever. Lever just holding on right now. They're going to get locked hands while they're on their feet. Not sure on that call, but as soon as this stalemate, so to speak, ends, so we're going to get technical violation, 1 point to Holt for the locked hands and 1 point for the escape, and it's 7-0 CNA scoreboard. Lever diving in, drops to his knees on a double leg. Needs to clear his left ankle that Holt has a hold of. Now he's got both of them. Lever, crawl up the body at this point. Get your head out from between his legs. Stay there. Now Lever getting pushed down by Holt, and Holt working on a crossface. He won't give up that 2 points if he keeps holding on to that leg. There's the 3 points for the takedown. 10-zip CNA scoreboard. Lever peels a half Nelson off the top of his head. Needs to either stand up or sit out. He tried to sit out earlier, was close to escaping. Now we're going to get a stalling call, and that's a good call as Holt was just riding him and not trying to work towards any sort of pinning combination or exposing Lever's back to the mat. He's just holding on to him. So it's just a stalling. 10-0 CNA scoreboard. There's a attempted short sit out from Lever right back to his base. Holt really pushing down, a lot of pressure on Lever. Now just trying to power him over from out to the side. Got 9 seconds left here in the second. It'll be Lever's choice headed into the third period. He's down 10-zip. And I think he's got to pick up or neutral. He's going to take neutral. Lever needs to try to work a good angle. He's shooting straight on instead of creating that angle and focus on a single leg. See if he can circle here and create it. Nope, goes straight at him. Drops down to his knees, and Holt's going to get an easy 3 points. And now looking at a pinning combination. Lever gets back over 13-0 CNA scoreboard. Holt lets him up for 1 point escape for Lever. One more takedown and Lever will be done for. Needs to move a little bit here. All of Holt's takedowns have been on Lever's shots. There's another one. Needs to get up. Lever trying to suck in on the leg. Nothing happening yet. Now I would just hold on. Hope for a stalemate. They call them a little quicker in college than they do at the high school level. Holt just holding on to the ankles. Content to sit there. There's the stalemate call. Back to their feet. All that time on the bottom, Lever looks pretty gassed at this point with 1:01 left here in the third. Down 13-1, CNA scoreboard. Coming up at 120 pounds is going to be Jonas Hendricks taking on Himley. There's a shot by Lever and going to be a 3-point takedown, and that'll do it at 16-1. Lever falls at 113 pounds. We'll come back with 120 pounds after this timeout.
Specializing in custom cattle feeding, Dinklage Feed Yards features old-fashioned reliability and commitment to create better feeding and marketing opportunities. Dinklage ranks as the top choice of progressive cattle feeders throughout the country, and our financing department offers a prompt, convenient, and competitive response to our customers' cattle or feed financing needs. So make Dinklage Feed Yards a part of your team and allow us to maximize your profit.
We're going to come right back to it as Hendricks is on the mat quickly. Couple shots, nothing happened, and now he's working at a a headlock, and they roll out of bounds. Hendricks, a freshman on this Torrington team, and Himley, also a freshman, at 0-2 on the season. Hendricks trying to create that angle, but with an arm drag. He's got a high single leg. He got it elevated. See if he can finish it here. If he's going to trip or go to the air. He goes to the air, takes him down, and puts him to his back, but rolling out of it quickly was Himley. Now Hendricks with a far side with a crossface. We're going to get a reverse. Nope. Oh, nice job by Hendricks by not giving up that reversal at the edge of the mat, as he was kind of caught in a headlock. As long as those toes are in the mat, you're good to go. Now he's got Himley broke down. Got Himley's right arm controlled. Now let's loose it, looking for that far side half. He's going to get out and push the head to the knee. Much weaker there than the knee to the ankle. He doesn't have it locked up. There he's got it locked up, and he's earning some back points. He's got 35 seconds left. Just relax. Get that knee in the side. Right knee in the side. There he goes. Himley putting up a valiant fight. Might end up pinning himself here. There it is. 6 points for the Blazers on the pin, with Hendricks pinning Himley in the first period. That'll bring up Garrett Henderson and Greg Roman at 126. Roman ranked 4th in the state of Wyoming at 18-6 on the season. Let's see what the freshman can do against the junior. Henderson with a long shot. He's deep on it. Needs to get to his feet. Looking to trip him. Attempts with the left leg. Now he switches off to a single. Trying to elevate it on Vroman. He needs to take his right leg. Oh. Tosses Vroman to the ground. Vroman with the far side half, I believe. Vroman scooting towards the edge of the mat. You get a warning call there. Henderson pops his head out and gets the three-point takedown. Vroman tries a Granby. Hendricks lets him go back on top of him. Working to try to get an arm back behind or pinned against his body so he can get some points. And now Henderson just lets him go. 3-1 CNA scoreboard. Henderson up here. There's a nice shot by Vroman. Henderson on the ankles. Vroman sits straight up. Tries to go push-pull with the legs. Nothing happening. Henderson holding on to the ankle on the far side, far ankle. Pulls it up. Needs to be careful. Maybe give up 3 instead of a back point. They gave the award 3 to Vroman. Henderson needs to bring his right arm through, I think. Kind of limp arm drag through between the body, his body and Vroman's body, and he would be right on top of him. Instead, he's holding on to the far side ankle. I think we're going to get a stalemate with 24 seconds left. Now, with a bit of a switch and a re-switch, that should be enough for a reversal right there. There it is. Henderson up 5-4. And now Vroman looking to get one. They're going to give him escape. Nothing. With 5 seconds left, they go off the mat. Skyland Smith coming up against Darius Dickinson. 2 seconds, 1, and that's going to be the end of the first. Good period for Henderson against the junior, Greg Vorman, who is 18-6. Vroman takes down. Henderson on top, and away we go into the second period. Henderson trying to now hooks the leg, trying for a arm bar here. Needs to get out to the side to get that arm back. Pretty tough when you're not on the wrist and you're perpendicular, parallel to the wrestler. There's a near side cradle. He's got it locked up, trying to take him over across his body. Lots of time here with 1:30 left for him to work towards some back points. He's getting a little high. Needs to maybe slouch back a little bit. There he repositioned. Now taking back towards the end of the mat. Head in the ribs. See, Henderson's going to give it away and then give up a 2-point reversal. So now Henderson down and Vroman on top. Not sure what happened there for Henderson just to let go of it. Maybe he thought he was out of bounds, but he just bailed on that. It was close probably to a stalemate call. But here we go, Henderson down. Vroman throws in the right leg. Gets way too high if Henderson, now that's potentially dangerous. When Henderson tripoded up, if he would have pulled down on the front of him and shook him, I think Vroman was too high, would have went right over the top of him and would have got a reversal. There's a just sitting to your keister move by Henderson. Now rolls back to his base. Vroman controlling his left hand across his body. Looking to try to get a tilt here, get the arm back, and there he's going to get he only got one count, no points. Now looking for a arm bar, chicken wing here, trying to pull Henderson back. Henderson does a nice job getting his arm out of there. Belly's back down. 35 seconds left here in the second. Still has the chicken wing. You've got to get your head up if you're Henderson, otherwise you're going to end up getting turned here. He's got his far leg posted. Now comes in, and we get almost a potentially dangerous situation on that shoulder, but Henderson rolls through it. Doesn't give up points yet. And now there's the potentially dangerous as the arm went straight up in the air. With 14 seconds left, nice job by Henderson, not giving up any points. He's down 1, 6-5 CNA scoreboard.
Douglas wins by decision on the JV match.
Looks like he's Vroman trying to spiral him. Now up to his base is Henderson. Pops him right down to his leg. If he pulls on his left arm and slips his left hand arm through, gets to his keister, and that's where the second period is going to end. Henderson's taken neutral. Nice job by Henderson going that whole period after Vroman took up, not to give away any points. There's a shot by Vroman. Didn't see that the first period. Henderson controlling the ankles. Needs to stay right there, I think, and hold for a stalemate call. Let's see. There it is. Now, Henderson needs to watch that quick shot right off the whistle. There it is again. Henderson with the leg. If he needs to keep that right leg trapped with his left leg of Vroman. He's working towards it, reaching across his body. Don't go there. You're going to give up an arm. And Vroman is going to get the takedown for 3, extends the lead 9-5. Henderson needs to belly down here. Vroman in between his legs, not letting him do that. Henderson is twisted pretty good as Vroman's cranking on him, trying to get a far side half to get some back points. Well, I'll tell you, Henderson wrestled really well for 2.5 or 1.5 periods and then gave up that takedown. And now it's got a 2 count, I think. There's the pin for Vroman. That's a good match for Henderson to learn from. He had no problem taking Vroman down in the first period and just kind of ran out of gas, gave up a quick one. 132 on the mat. Skyland Smith taking on Darius Dickinson, who's 6-3. He's a junior. We're underway at 132 pounds. And we're doing the YMCA. Smith and Dickinson locking horns in the middle. Circling back towards the middle. There's a slap shot. Checking to see Dickinson, what he's going to do. Lots of hand sparring going on. Dickinson appears to be controlling Smith's hands. Now Smith, he's got an underhook. If he chooses to use it, Dickinson looking for a potential throw, I believe, here, as he's underhooked on the right side, over on the left. Smith trying to back out of it. Now they circle off the mat. I'd like to see Smith be a little bit aggressive here as Dickinson comes trotting back to the circle. Smith tapping to the head, trying to set something up. Needs to move laterally side to side, create that angle, shorten it up. Shorter distance than where he's at. Dickinson with the arm control on Smith on the right side. Now let's go. Tough to shoot ear to ear on the tie-up in the middle. There's a showing Smith that he's potentially could try a head and arm, or there's a deep shot by Dickinson. Smith to his rump roast now needs to belly over, and he's able to give it. Gives up 3 for the takedown, but doesn't give up any back points. At the edge of the mat, Dickinson has his leg split. Now Smith gets back to his base as they go out of bounds. Smith down. Here comes Dickinson. 10 seconds left here in the first period. Dickinson gets his knee up, needs to complete that escape attempt. And Smith just holding on, lets time expire. As an official checking as to whose choice it is, I believe that it's Smith's choice. We will see momentarily. Nope, they're going to say that it was Douglas, and so deferred to Smith. Smith going to take neutral. Doing that, he's going to need to create an angle and get a shot. Smith, head tapping, holding on, now sparring. A little bit more movement would be nice, and now shucked by, and then a shot by Dickinson. Sprawling out is Smith, trying to get back behind. He's got a hold of his right leg and an underhook. Dickinson with a short sit and gets behind Smith and now locks him up in a cradle near side. Smith needs to get his left arm through post there, misses it, and it's going to get turned for, there's a back points. Now that's going to be 4 on the near fall, I believe. Smith still has the cradle, so until he breaks that pinning combination, the points no more he can't earn any more points until he lets it go. There's 4. It's 10 zip. CNA scoreboard. Smith needs to go now with a minute left or so here in the second period. And Dickinson not really doing anything. Now he's got his far right ankle trying to drive him forward, and they go out of bounds. Outside of the cradle, I haven't seen Dickinson do any sort of pinning combinations when Smith has been down. Smith on the whistle, see what he can do here to escape. There's a stand-up, gets all the way to his feet, breaks the hands and faces him. That's 1 point. 10-1 CNA scoreboard. Smith with a little bit more movement gets chucked by but recovers. They face each other now. Smith needs to be careful here. I think Dickinson's getting close to shooting. There's a half shot at a single leg. He's got to complete it now. A fireman's carry. He's got to drive. Slacking off is Smith. He's going to get the takedown and some back points. That should be it, as that's 4. 17-1. Skyland Smith is going to fall to Darius Dickinson. Nice short fireman's. He just didn't finish it. He got in, started, and then just kind of Dickinson slacked off and allowed Skyland Smith to fall straight to his back. So Jaden Rees and Hudson Shipton at 138. Rees a senior, Shipton a sophomore. Shipton in on a single leg on Rees, now almost a 3/4 half. Rees with his leg up and now is able to get to his base and out and face him. No points awarded there. Torrington down 16-11 in the team race on the Clark & Associates scoreboard, but their strength is really from about 150 up, and 150 ought to be a dandy. There's Rees on a single leg, circles. He's going to get the takedown, keep him right there. Shipton bellies up, and now Rees on top, and on top on the scoreboard, 3 zip. Rees going crossways, looking to lift, elevate, take him to his back. Almost needs to throw a half in right there when they get to the ground. Instead, he held on to the far side shoulder. Shipton to his feet again. Rees controls a hand, looking to elevate. Rees trying to break the lock. Or Shipton. Now they're going to get Rees for stalling. He has to attempt to take Shipton down, and he didn't. That's 1 point escape. 3-1 CNA scoreboard. Rees up. Drops to his knees, and now Shipton tries a single leg. He's still got it. Rees has to cross-face him, I would think, and now he's back behind him, but the arm's still in on Rees' leg. Pulls him back. They're back to facing each other. Shipton switches off to a double leg. Rees sprawled out. And now he's going to get behind him right at the end of the first period for the takedown. He's got a single leg, and he's up 6-1 going into the second when it's going to be his choice. He should probably defer here, see what Shipton does. He does. Now Shipton's going to take down, so Rees right away has to probably look at getting an ankle. I think there's probably a stand-up on the way by Shipton. There it is. Gets to his base. Now a little bit of a Granby. Nice follow by Rees. Needs to bury that head and hold. There he's got the arm. Break him down and try to get some back points here. He's controlling the arm. Needs to get out to the side there, I think. Well, there's so many different things you can do when you have that arm. He's circling towards the head. Shipton not getting down to his belly, staying on his knees. Now Rees is controlling the hand. He's got it deep and across his body, Shipton's body. Tries to take him over the top. Dangerous move. Shipton stops it. Now Shipton's going to roll into Rees. Rees is going to maybe get some back points here. Step over the head at this point, and they're there. We're right at the 90-degree mark, and now he goes out to the side. We're going to get some here. Shipton all twisted up. He's got to get a reverse half and pull him back. There he is. He turned into him, and that was the worst thing you could do against that if you're Shipton. Rees has him on his back. Pressuring down. He's still got 50 seconds to try to work this pin, so take your time. There it is. So Jaden Rees with the pin at 138. That second one for the Blazers as they are going to go ahead on the scoreboard. It says 17-6, 16. 144. We're going to have Garrett Hager against Jack Noblin, a senior at 9-5. This will be a good one too, as Noblin's ranked 7th in the state right now at 144. Hager not there yet, but I would anticipate he'll move into that top 5 or 6 within a couple weeks. Hager with a partial shot, back up to his feet. Hager in and out, up and down. Good movement, looking for an opportunity to take a shot. Possible takedown. Now they're tied up ear to ear. Noblin now, Hager with a shot, backs back out. There's an arm drag, nothing happening there. I got arm drag, maybe arm drag, look for a single on that leg. There's a ankle pick by Noblin, no points yet, and now Hager's going to give up the 3. And it gets broke down. Trying to base up against Noblin. And tries a little mini short sit out, doesn't work. Noblin trying to get the legs in. Hager not letting him. There's a Granby. Hager tries to get out. Nice job by Noblin to follow him on that. Hager back down to his belly, trying to base up to his knees. There's a hard crossface by Noblin on Hager. Looking to try to get that far side cradle. Hager does a nice job of straightening his left leg. Not letting it happen. Now he's kind of turtled up. Needs to try to get out of there with a deep gut wrench by Noblin. He throws in the right leg. Hager to his base. Tries a Granby. Goes to his back, fights off. Now he's in on a double leg. He's got him faced. He's trying to elevate with 4 seconds left. He's going to get the takedown reversal. Nice job by Hager right at the end of the first period. Makes it 3-2 CNA scoreboard. That's never give up and wrestle to the whistle. Douglas defers. Goes to Hager. I think I would take neutral or down. He's going to take down. Get a good first move here, Mr. Garrett Hager. Hager, left leg up, controlling the arm was Noblin. He didn't clear it. Hager trying to get some arm control. Now Noblin working that right wrist, breaks him down. And now he's just staying on top of him. He's not working towards a pinning combination. He's given some token cross faces and underhooks, but it's just pressure down on Hager. I'd warn him for stalling. There it is. He's got to work towards something. He has to try to get outside, and now we're going to have a blood time. It looks like Noblin on the forehead at some point. Got bunked in the noodle. So coming up after this one, the match that I've been waiting, well, over a week since we decided we were going to be able to broadcast this, is going to be Ty Alba at 150 against Cash Linzen. Cash a senior, Alba a senior. Linzen 16-8 overall and ranked number 4 in the state. Ty Alba 22-0, 22 pins, ranked number 2 in the state of Wyoming at 150 pounds. Once they got the blood time stopped, and they are now putting some tape around Noblin's head that he'll put his headgear on over the top to try to keep from having another blood time out. Hager's on the mat. 3-2 Noblin's lead. Hate to go to a commercial in times like this because you just don't know if it's going to be 3 seconds or 3 minutes. But I think we're about ready to roll at 144. Hager and Noblin. Hager down. It was his choice after it was deferred, and now he tries to get to his feet. Can't. There was locked hands, no call. Hager fighting up to his feet. Faces him. Noblin with the single leg. Hager is going to fight his way out. That's 1 point escape. We're tied at 3. See if Hager has the same movement that he had in that first period on his feet. Looking for a shot on Noblin. Would be big if he got one. That would put him up 3. There's a good shot on a double. Switches to a single. Gets to his feet. He needs to elevate it. Gets his head out. Now looking for a near side. Tries to throw him. Gets back into play and is going to give up a takedown right at the edge of the mat. And gives up his arm. We're going to get a timeout here as Noblin's head. That's a saving grace for Hager. His arm was behind his back and Noblin was working his way outside. So Hager back down. He's down now 6-3 CNA scoreboard. They just need another escape and a good takedown. He was in tight on that single leg. Had it elevated. Made the decision to go to the head. Tried for a standing cradle essentially rather than elevate, trip, and just get that 3-point takedown. Noblin up. There we go. Little sit out by Hager. Nice counter by Noblin. Hager scooting, trying to scoot away from him. Gets to his base. Now 1 foot up and broke back down by Noblin. Noblin again putting pressure down now. Noblin's been warned once for stalling. There he's outside. Hager needs to post his far side leg. He gets it up. Back to his base. Still has the half Nelson, does Noblin. And banging his head on Hager's back. No wonder he had a cut on it. Cross face by Noblin. Now gets a far side cradle. Hager has his near leg and at 6-3 headed to the third. It's going to be Noblin's choice. Noblin's going to take down. Hager looks a little gassed. A lot of time on down below trying to fight up. That'll wear you down. He needs 3 points here in the second period. Crawls over, gets on top, and away we go. Caution on Hager. I think he's got his foot covered up. Has to be behind him, not to the side. That's a little better. Noblin with a little sit out. Hager. He's got the chicken wing on the left side. He's working for arm control on the right. Pinning combination would be fantastic here for Hager, down 3. Noblin, nice job trying to get his arm out of there. Got to get down on the wrist. Gives up the chicken wing. Now we're going to get a timeout. And Hager with a little bit of a blood. And he looks like he is hurt, and I'm not sure if it's exhaustion or pain, but let's take a timeout. We'll come back with the rest of period number 3 after this.
East Highway 26 in Torrington.
Looking for dependable fuel and lubrication products? Dooley Oil and Gearing has you covered. Proudly serving eastern Wyoming and western Nebraska for over a decade. Keep your equipment running strong with Power Service Extreme diesel fuel, Shell Rotella motor oils, Blue Ribbon Def, and Baldwin filters. And for your pivots, we carry drip oil, grease, and gear lubricants to keep things moving all season long. Call Travis at 308-633-2764. Dooley Oil and Gearing.
Shad Bates back at Willie, bringing you live coverage of Torrington's Triangular now with Douglas and Wheatland. It was supposed to be a quad, but Newcastle decided that they weren't going to make the journey down. Blood has been stopped. You know, this blood timeout is probably good for Hager because he's gassed and catches breath a little bit. So Vroman will be down. Check that. That's Noblin out there. Vroman wrestled a few wrestlers ago. Hager getting on top. Away we go. Minute 35 left. Noblin to his feet. Hager takes him back to the ground. Noblin again quickly back up. Hager corrals him to the ground. We're going to give up a point for the locked hands by Hager. And there it is. When Hager took him down, you can lock your hands on him in a pinning combination, which that was not. It was just around the waist. Or if you're standing up, if you're on your knees or knee touches, it's going to be penalty point for locked hands. 7-3 CNA scoreboard. Noblin to his feet. Hager just hanging on, trying to lift and elevate, back down to his knees, and now Vroman gets an escape. Hager's got to go. It's 8-3 CNA scoreboard. With a minute 5 left here in the third. Locked at the middle of the mat, and now Linson dives in, pushes Hager down for the takedown. Now a crossface. It's going to reach under, circle the head, and get some back points here. Hager gets pinned. With 48 seconds left in the third. So the girls are wrestling on the other mat, and Catherine Hendricks is winning. She's fresh off the first place finish at the Skyview tournament last weekend. Now, here's the match. Linson and Alba at 150. High flying Ty Alba, does a lot of throws. Has yet to wrestle 6 minutes this year. Linson is 16-8 on the season. Alba with a shot. Works up to a single, now a double. Elevates, gets back behind. Linson trying to sit out. And nice job counter by Alba. Bit of a scrum. Alba giving up a double leg and now gets taken down by Linson. Alba needs to try to get out from the bottom there with a little sit out. Switch, and is going to get the escape. 3-1 CNA scoreboard. Hendricks gets a takedown over on the girls' mat. She's ranked number 1 in the state at 120 pounds. 120, I believe it's 120. Alba with the throw, and now gets Linson to his back. Pinning combination. Look out here, and at a minute 4, Ty Alba extends his pin streak to 23 on the season. Wow. No panic in Ty Alba with that pin. Torrington's third. That'll bring up at 157. There's a little log jam here at 157. 165 is going to be Woodard taking on a sophomore in Rylan Cohen. Woodard, a little bulldog at 157. He's moved up. Sandusky moved up to 165. He's up next. There's a single leg shot by Woodard. Goes across the body. And now looking for a half. Isn't there. It's going to get the near side cradle. And Woodard is a strong kid. Needs to get all the way to the outside, but he's in between the leg, and now it's going to get him turned. His back points are being counted. Lots of time left with 1:30. Although as loose as that cradle is, I don't see any way that Cohen gets pinned with his left elbow or left arm shoulder up on Woodard's chest. So Woodard lets it go, gets 4, Torrington up, and that's Woodard's 7-zip CNA scoreboard. Woodard with the underhook on the right side. Looking to control some hands is Woodard. Cowan gets it up one leg. Got a crossface by Woodard trying to break him down. Now just cuts him loose. Brendan looking to take him down. Cohen with the half shot. Sprawling out of it is Woodard. Backs back out after being locked up. Woodard looking for a takedown here. Bobbing his head up and down. There's the shot. Double leg. Keeps driving. Gets it. Nice finish by Woodard. Shot was a long ways away, and he was well short, but he just kept going forward. There's a far side attempt at a cradle. Woodard trying to force his head down. Tripod up is Cowan. Cross face. Little time left. Print media in our way of the score clock. I think there's only about 3 seconds left. And that period is going to end 10-1. Woodard up. And it's going to be Cowan's choice. He's going to take up on Woodard. Woodard took him down twice in the first, so that's probably a good choice to see what happens. Woodard double stands up right away, trying to run, and now Cowan just pushes him out of bounds. Quick move by Woodard off the bottom. Woodard stands up again, tries to break the hands away from off of Cowan, off his body, pushing. Cowan drops down to a low single, tries to maintain control. Could get a stalemate call here, kind of a classic position. And we're going to get a stalling as just hanging on to the ankle was Cowan, not making any attempt to finish the takedown. Cowan is ranked 7th in the state. Woodard back to his feet, trying to get some hand control. Gets the right arm off, and now we're going to get another stalling call, and 1 point for Woodard. Cowan not trying to take him to the mat, content holding him, and now hanging on to a low single leg. Far side cradle by Woodard, just needs to relax. Straighten out that leg. Trying to get it up and over, and they're going to give 2-point reversal to Woodard. Cowan still, now he gives it up. Now Woodard needs to sit out and take him straight back behind on this near side cradle, trying and gets it. We're going to get back points, and that should do it, as it's 14-1 without any of those 4 back points being awarded. Woodard just going to hold him there, trying to get a pin, which is a difference in 1 point, but he's going to win this thing 18-1 on the CNA scoreboard. Next up at 165 is going to be Colby Sandusky, the defending state champion on this team. Torrington has a 26-22 team lead. So Sandusky's on the mat. He's going to take on Paquette, who's 1-7 on the year. This is the meat of Torrington's death row lineup. Man, Alba, Woodard, and then Sandusky. That's a tough 3. So now we're going to have some discussion at the scores table. I think they were talking about maybe the team points. Sandusky won state last year. I believe it was at 150 pounds. Was wrestling 157 earlier in the year. Last week at Skyview, jumped up to 157, where he got 3rd place, went 4-1, or jumped up to 156 or 165. 4-1, got third place at that tournament down in Thornton, Colorado. We're underway. Sandusky with a single leg shot now works his way up the body and just muscles him down to the ground. Paquette trying to base up. A little pressure by Sandusky on the edge of the mat. Trying to get his Paquette's right arm in. There he's got control of it. Paquette gets out of it. Sandusky. Little far side crossface. Going away from him. Paquette controls Sandusky's hand, and there's lots of pressure by Colby down on Paquette. He's trying to work a three-quarter half here. Sandusky is with the right leg. Kind of tied up. Now Sandusky's just going to let him go and get back to the middle of the mat. 3-1 CNA scoreboard. Coming up at 175 is going to be Caden Adams versus Brennan Lopez. There's 3-point takedown by Sandusky. Extends the lead to 6-1. Nothing happening on the edge of the mat. Sandusky still in. Now working on a penny combination, and they go out of bounds. Sandusky finally got out in front of the head, circling towards it to a pinning combination, but they were out of bounds. 23 seconds left here in the first. Sandusky tight waist, deep, breaks down Paquette's left arm, and now trying to get control of that. He's got it on the belly. 5 seconds left. Now he goes cross face. And no points awarded. It'll be Sandusky's Paquette's choice. He's going to defer. Sandusky's either probably going to take neutral or down. He's going to try down. Paquette comes set. Sandusky spins, gets inside the leg, now over the top of the leg. Paquette trying to get a tilt. Sandusky fighting back towards him. Paquette holding on to the neck, and now Sandusky's going to get the reversal. Nice scramble by Sandusky. Nice job not giving up any back points there. 8-1 CNA scoreboard. Paquette not doing anything to get away. Sandusky has his left leg trapped. Trying to work the armbar. Now Paquette's going to get a warning for stalling. Sandusky breaks him down. Needs to get out to the side and try a pinning combination. He's got a chicken wing on the left side. He's got the hand trapped. Now he's got a double chicken wing. Look out here if he can get the circle to the head. Paquette trying to block his legs, keep him from doing that. Sandusky's a strong kid and now is going to get him turned over without going towards his head. Paquette will give up 4 here. That'll run it to 12-1 CNA scoreboard. Sandusky turns it. Probably not getting a pin out of this. Got him back over. There's 4 for Sandusky. One more pinning combination, and this will be over for Sandusky with 35 seconds left in the second. Sandusky worked a little bit of a cross face. Now traps Paquette's left arm again. Lets it go. Now lets him up. It's 12-2. Paquette immediately dives on the leg, so no change in. No escape, but there's a reversal. 12-3 CNA scoreboard. We're going to head to the third in 5 seconds, and that's going to be the score. We'll see what Paquette decides. I'll bet he takes neutral. He's probably feeling pretty good about that reversal / takedown, but he was right there on him. Nope, Paquette's taken down. 12-3. Stalling on Douglas Paquette, so that's going to be a point for Sandusky. Sandusky gets on from the left side with a 10-point lead. He'll need to turn him twice now. Head in the armpit, trying to break down, get that control of that left arm. He's got it. See if he works it up into the chicken wing like the second period. He gets his arm out. Paquette turtled up there. Sandusky's got the arm trapped. He's got to get out to the side or they're going to warn him for stalling. Paquette just not basing up, blocking Sandusky from doing anything with that left arm. Now they're going to call Sandusky, warning for stalling. He's got to get out to the side. If you stay parallel to the kid, Sandusky's going to let him up. 13-4 CNA scoreboard. Sandusky with the underhook. Now he's going to get the takedown and some back points. This should probably do it. Looking for the pin, which would be an extra point. There it is. Nice pin by Sandusky. He's going to extend Torrington's lead. Should be 34-22 on the CNA scoreboard. With Caden Adams coming up. Brennan Lopez for Douglas.
From Torrington, Caden Adams.
So Adams looking to keep this win streak going for Torrington. They've won three straight, starting with Alba and then Woodard and Sandusky. Nice shot by Adams. Is going to get the takedown. He's on the left side. Looks like he's trying to spiral down. Got to keep going up, out towards the head for what he wants to accomplish. He's deep in the crotch there.
Now wrestling from Douglas, Ezekiel Chamberlain on the warm-up.
Doesn't appear as if Lopez is going to turn that way. Adams needs to look towards something else. He's trying to cross-face now. And a tight waist on the far side. Might be effective if he goes underneath the left arm instead of over the top of it. Especially since he has his right leg wrapped up around the left leg of Lopez. There he's got the crossface. Let's see what he does. Lopez gets tripoded up, and there's a far side cradle. Adams trying to sit out and take him back behind, taking backwards. He's got it. He's going to get some back points there. 25 seconds or 24 seconds left here in the first period. Adams up 3-zip. CNA scoreboard. I would just hold him right there. Lets him out. There's 3.7 zip CNA scoreboard. And 2-1. We're going to head to the third. Got my new cameraman. We're going to try to zoom in for you folks on this so we get a little closer view. I can't do both. He looks good so far. Adams. We're on our feet here to start the second. Adams with the head tap and then shot. Got the takedown in the first period. Now he's going to lock horns. I'll bet Adams is more effective when he's out with distance in the head tap. A little distraction. Lopez reaching. Now Adams initiates contact. Back out. There's a double head tap. Deep double leg, and he's going to get takedown right at the edge of the mat. Pinning combination. It's going to circle back. He's lifting the wrong leg. If he gets the other leg there. But he's going to get some back points. He's got 3, I think, on the count. So 3 and 3 makes it 13-0. CNA scoreboard. We're at major decision point here for team points. Adams, I think, is going to let him go and then take him down again, and that would do it. It would be 16-15, so there's the escape. Lets him up. 1:15 left here in the second. 13-1. A takedown had put this one away for the Trailblazers. Double tap, deep double leg, and that's going to do it right there. Nice match by Caden Adams. 16-1 over Brennan Lopez.
Winning by major decision, Caden.
That'll bring up at 190 pounds. Brant Eichenberger, ranked number 5 in the state. He will be taking on Jackson Boggs, who's a junior and 9-7 overall. Torrington extends the lead 35-22 over Douglas. Eichenberger tapping. Now muscles his way in. Boy, as hard as Boggs is pushing him, a little snap him down to the ground from his feet would probably work. Eichenberger not doing too much as far as trying to create. There's an angle. Deep double leg. Nice job by Boggs to get little cow catcher, get him out. Back to their feet they go. There's another double leg and elevated, taken to the side for the takedown and 3 points for Eichenberger. Got the left arm trapped, getting to his base is Boggs and then getting his left arm out. Eichenberger on the sit out, drags the arm. See if he can keep control of it. He's got pressure down. Now he elevates it, tries to get a half Nelson, missed the half, tried to get a reverse half, and rolling through was Boggs. No count for back points there. David Ibarra on deck here at 215 against Herberts from Douglas. Eichenberger controlling the left arm at the wrist. Now he goes crossface, looking for a far side half. He's got to walk around the head, push the head to the knee, can't get it. Boggs breaks out of it, bellies down. Eichenberger with a power half, backs out. Now a tight waist controlling the left wrist. Lots of pressure by Brandt on Eichenberger. Head in the armpit. Now he's got control of the wrist. Gets it back behind for a chicken wing with his left arm. He's got an underhook with 2 seconds left. Trying to drive and get some points. Can't. 3-0 CNA scoreboard headed to the second. Eichenberger's choice. He's going to defer. Coming up after this will be Douglas versus Wheatland. I will leave it live streaming with no play-by-play. And then we will pick up Torrington and Wheatland following that contest. So we've got Eichenberger deferred and Boggs took down, gets to his feet. Eichenberger back down to his knees goes Boggs. Eichenberger controlling his left hand. Far side ankle pick, trying to just push him over to his back. Nothing happening there. Boggs does a nice job of basing up and then just really can't get away from Eichenberger, who's got constant pressure. Now Eichenberger controlling the hand. Got it down between his legs and got to elevate that hand. Can't. Boggs gets it out. And is bellied up. Eichenberger trying to get a pinning combination. Has the left arm. Now switches off to a near side half. Needs to get outside and elevate the knee, and now just driving him up over the top of Boggs' head, and is on top in good position with a minute left, and then Boggs rolls out of it. 3 points near fall for Eichenberger. 6-0 CNA scoreboard. Eichenberger again with the half. Has control of Boggs' other arm and now rolls him over. That's a pinning combination. He's done. Another pin for Torrington. Their 5th of the contest. That should all but ice the team race, as it's going to be 45-22. Ibarra is up at 2:15 against Harberts, who is a junior and 6-4 on the season. Heavyweight's going to be 285 is going to be another good match. We're going to have Aaron Chavez going up against Devlin Cohen. Cohen 13-2 on the season and ranked number 1 in the state. You're going to find out how good we are at heavyweight. There's a headlock thrown down by Harberts on Ibarra, and he is in trouble with a whole bunch of time left because that is deep, deep, deep. 135 left, and that is so long to fight off your back. He's got to see where he's at or figure out where he's at on the mat and just try to keep pushing himself towards it. Get off the mat and save yourself. Fight for another day. Doing a heck of a job here bridging. Herbert's content to sit right there trying to get the shoulder down. Ibarra stronger than heck. Ibarra tries to flip himself over the top of him. Can't. He's now worked his way, so he's out of bounds. He's got a few little ways to go. We're going to get 5 as there's going to be blood gush somewhere. I think Ibarra is bleeding. He's also extremely queasy, can barely stand up. He was being choked out pretty good. So it's 8-0 CNA scoreboard. Let's take a timeout and we'll come back and see the rest of 215 pounds.
You love them or can't stand them, surprises are a part of life. I'm Ryan Young, your Torrington Edward Jones financial advisor, and I can help you get ready for whatever life throws at you. As your needs change, we can change what you need to do to help you end up where you want to be. And while there is never a good time to experience unexpected costs, we can work together to help make them feel a little less unexpected. Stop by our office on Main Street in Torrington or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
This is Wade Brew, Market President with Pinnacle Bank. Pinnacle Bank has been serving the lending needs of farmers, ranchers, and commercial business owners of the Wyobraska area, where we've called home for over 100 years. Let us put our resources to work for you with local decision-making from a family-owned bank. Give us a call or visit us at www.wypinnbank.com. Pinnacle Bank, Torrington and Mitchell, the way banking should be. Member FDIC.
Shad Bates back at Willie Gymnasium. Live coverage of the Torrington Trailblazers in a triangular taking on Douglas right now. They have a 45-22 lead on the team side. And I think David Ibarra was just, they called it. I don't think he could breathe anymore. His face was beat red. He could barely stand up. And he was about to get pinned. 39 seconds left in the first, and he caught his breath. Got a drink of water. I think he's okay now. That's why it was 5 points instead of 4 was, it was like a UFC hold there, and Ibarra wasn't submitting. So we're underway with 50 seconds or so left here in the first period. Ibarra down, needs to try to base up, reaches up over the top, tries to catch him in a bit of a roll. Nice job by Harberts just to roll through it. Ibarra to his feet. Nice trip by Harberts. Back to the mat goes Ibarra. 30 seconds left. Ibarra trying to base up. Ibarra ranked number 3 in the state right now at 215 pounds. Gets one leg up. Harberts putting a bunch of pressure down on him, who is unranked on the year. Ibarra. Now Harberts with a near side half. Ibarra tries to post his hand. He does. There's going to be a reversal, and he should be getting some back points. 2 reversal, 2 back points. Should be 8-4. There it is. Harberts' choice. He's going to take neutral. Ibarra's got to go here. Takedown will tie it. Takedown into the back will tie it. Take the lead. Can't do math all of a sudden. Must be because I'm back at Torrington High School. Ibarra with the underhook on the left side. Now working towards an underhook on the right side. Tries to throw him, and he does get him down to the ground with a lateral drop, and Harbert's in trouble. Ibarra in a pinning combination. He's going to get 4 points, but here's a minute 35, and there's the pin. The 6th pin for the Blazers against Douglas Bearcats. Unbelievable. I wouldn't have believed that Ibarra could come back and pin Harberts after being choked out in the first and giving up 5 on the near fall, and Harberts isn't happy. So the final match in this duel, Torrington with a commanding lead, is Aaron Chavez from Torrington and Devlin Cohen. Cohen ranked number 1 in the state at heavyweight. He's a senior. Anything can happen when these big boys get on the mat. Locked up now, the middle of the mat, doing a little bit of circling. Cohen tried to shuck him by. Chavez not having anything to do with it. There's an attempted arm drag by Cohen. Doesn't even really move Chavez. A couple strong boys out there right now. Team's warming up on the other mat, and we get to listen to a little music while we broadcast. I will try not to belt out any ballads. Cohen with his hand on Chavez's head. Now they get tied up. Chavez tries to muscle him by on a little bit of a shuck and drag. Now he breaks out of it. Minute left here in the first. Now they're in tight. Chavez with an overhook, underhook. Cohen with an overhook, underhook, overhook. Now Chavez wants out of that. He's part of it. 50 seconds left. Cohen looking for the throw on the edge of the mat. Nice job by Chavez to face him on the way down, and back to the middle of the mat they go. Almost a little bit of a leg sweep by Cohen to help the momentum to get Chavez down. Take a strong boy to lateral drop him from standing position. Not a big surprise that it's 0-0 at this point in this division. You better make darn sure it's a good shot with these big boys, because that's a lot of weight on top of you if you're trapped down below. Cohen. Chavez, engage. Middle of the mat. 8 seconds left here in the first. We're going to end this one on our feet. And I think it's going to be Chavez's choice, and he should defer this. He's going to take neutral. Bold move. He's got to do something. There was no semblance of any sort of takedown or attempted takedown by Chavez. Now there it is. Little arm shucking. Tried to get the single leg, missed the leg. There's a snap down by Cohen. Chavez back to his feet. Cohen on top. Cohen trying to circle and shows some agility. Gets behind Chavez. Now working on a crossface. Chavez gets broke down. Now back to his base. Head on the mat. Get your head up. Cohen trying to muscle him over behind him. Now he's on his feet and throws Chavez to the ground with an underhook on the right side. Gets his left arm trapped. Chavez got to get that arm out of there. Not let it get behind the back, and he's dangerously close to doing just that. Cohen gets the left arm of Chavez behind his back. Now he's working on an underhook on the far side. Can't get it. Chavez gets his arm free. He's based up, tripod up. If you're Chavez, he's down 3-zip. CNA scoreboard here in the second. Chavez not doing a whole much there. He tries to spin into him. Cohen backs off, drops to the legs, gets Chavez back to his base. Cohen out in front. This is Chavez's opportunity. He's got a single leg. If he can get up and drive into him, and then he's going to get powered over by Cohen. He's on his back with 33 seconds left here in the second period, and Chavez is going to go down pinned by Devin Cohen. So Devlin moves his record to 14-2. Torrington wins the duel 51-28 on the Clark & Associates scoreboard. So what I'm going to do is, let's take a break and then I'll come back and tell you what I'll do. I'll be back after this 2-minute timeout.
Eric's Lube Express provides fast, friendly, and convenient oil changes with no appointment needed. Located in the Cold Springs Business Park, just north of Baumgars. Simply drive up and never get out of your vehicle. They'll also accommodate your busy schedule with pickup and delivery service. Just call 307-338-2653. Oil changes made easy. Eric's Lube Express. Swing through today.
Hi, this is Brian Young, CEO of Go Goshen. Go Goshen is a nonprofit organization dedicated to fostering economic development in Goshen County since 1987. In our community, small businesses are vital, which is why Go Goshen focuses on retaining and expanding local enterprises through grants and other opportunities. We're also home to the Chamber of Commerce, Travel and Tourism, and the Main Street program. Visit gogoshen.com to learn more about how we can help you today.
Whether you're a Wyoming Cowboy fan or a Trailblazer, Lancer, Dogger, or Cyclone, Heartland Embroidery has the apparel and accessories you need to show your school colors. Stop in the store on Main Street in Torrington and take a look for yourself. From jackets and t-shirts to everyday gear and accessories, we promise you'll find something for the whole family. With new items always coming into the store, you'll always find that perfect item to show off your school spirit. Only at Heartland Embroidery, downtown Torrington.
If you're growing your own silage, you deserve seed that pays off at the feed bunk. At J.O. Seed Co., we distribute Golden Harvest seed corn with Inogen technology built to improve feed value and help turn more of your corn acres into beef. We plant it, we feed it, and we stand behind it. For more information, call Colby at 307-575-7272. J.O. Seed Co., seed that feeds.
Golden Harvest and Enogen are registered trademarks of Syngenta. JL Seedco is an authorized reseller.
Shad Base back at Willie Gymnasium. Torrington Trailblazers, ranked number 4 in the state, taking on and defeating Douglas, ranked number 6. Powered by 6 pins, the Trailblazers win this duel 51-28. Next up on the mat is going to be Douglas and Wheatland. This turned into a triangular instead of a quad with Newcastle dropping out. So I will leave the live stream on, and I'm not going to broadcast those, but I'm going to leave it on, and I will be back with more live coverage from Willie Gymnasium after this duel is over. So stick around, folks. Talk to you soon. Shad base back at Willie Gymnasium. We've got a new cameraman, Griffin Wolf, that's joined me, and didn't bring him a headset this time, but we're going to try to get in a little closer and follow some action for you. As Torrington takes on Wheatland. Wheatland was defeated by Douglas prior to this one. They are just getting ready for the starting lineup face-off. So let's take a 2-minute timeout, and I'll come back and bring you that as well. Back after this.
It's a plus when you know you can count on Landscaping Plus for not only your lawn and garden care around your home or office, but the plus comes in when the snow flies, as they'll take care of all that snow removal from driveways, sidewalks, and parking lots, home or business. Just give Rob a call at 532-6067 and set up all this year's snow removal from now till the last flake flies. That's Landscaping Plus, 532-6067, Torrington.
Simmer and share. Hi, this is Tanya at First State Bank in Torrington. Tis the season for warm scents, sharing, and gifts. At First State Bank, you can have all three. You'll receive a free gift, a 1.5 quart slow cooker, when you open a checking account. Don't you just love the smell of slow-cooked appetizers, dips, or warm holiday drinks? Share a referral with a friend. Then you'll both get a slow cooker when they open a checking account. Our way of saying thank you. First State Bank in Torrington, your first choice in banking. Division of Glacier Bank, member FDIC.
Is your living space cold and drafty during these frigid winter months? Then why not install fiberglass blow-in insulation available at Century Lumber in Torrington? It's easy to install, and Century Lumber will provide the blower for free. This winter, keep your heat in, not out. Reduce your heating bill this winter with the help of Century Lumber, Torrington.
Shad Bates back at Willie Gymnasium doing the face-offs for Wheatland and Torrington, the third of three at this triangular. They are going to wrestle the girls on this mat as well, and I believe there are two matches, and that is Torrington's Catherine Hendricks, ranked number 1 in the state at 125. She'll be taking on Josie Burr, a freshman who is 13-8. And then at 130, 135, Aubrey Farmeyer, a senior for Torrington, taking on Corrine Gabby, a senior who is 10-6. As far as Torrington, I believe they're going to start out at 120 pounds. We'll start at the top here with our weights. At 106, Gabe Hagan. He's 9-9 on the season. He's a junior. He's going to take on the number 2 ranked team wrestler in the state, Barrett Brew. At 113, Bo Lever's going to get a forfeit. No wrestler for Wheatland. At number 20, at 120, this is a match I'm looking forward to. Jonah Hendricks from Torrington, a freshman, taking on a senior, Kale Goodall. Garrett Henderson's going to get a win via forfeit. At 132, Ian Pierce from Torrington is going to wrestle in place of Skyland Smith. And he will take on Cooper Meyer, a senior, who's 15-9 on the season. At 138, Jaden Rees, a senior, taking on Isaac Goodrow, a sophomore, who is 5-11. It says 5-10, but I saw him get pinned earlier by the Douglas kid. At 144, Garrett Hagar. Hager is a sophomore. He's taking on also a sophomore, Stephen Reese, who is 2-2. At 150, Ty Alba, just on a tear this year. Number 2 in the state of Wyoming. He's a senior. He's taking on a junior, Marshall Edwards, at 12-7. Torrington's going to get forfeits at 157. That's Brendan Woodard. And 165. That's Colby Sandusky. We'll pick up again. Caden Adams, a senior, taking on Colby Milnes, a junior. He's 11-7. I'm not sure. I think we got the Torrington girls getting ready to go. At 190, Brant Eichenberger, he's a junior or sophomore, taking on Hayden Steinsek, a junior, at 3-14. David Ibarra at 215, taking on Creed Kuntz, who is a sophomore and 13-7 on the season. And Torrington will receive a forfeit that will be Aaron Chavez as Wheatland is open. So Wheatland open in 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weights. Torrington should win this duel. They're up 30-0 counting those forfeits starting out. So Hendricks is actually, Catherine's going to wrestle on the opposite mat. They just announced them all together. Again, Catherine ranked number 1 in the state, had a heck of a freshman year last year, picking up right where she left off. We're starting out at 120, and this is Jonas Hendricks from Torrington taking on Kale Goodall, who is ranked 3rd in the state right now. Says 10-5, I believe it's 11-5. He beat the Douglas wrestler earlier. Hendricks in on a takedown and now working for the pin with a half Nelson. It's deep, and she's going to probably get it here in the first period with 1:38 left. And that thing is deep. There's the pin. She got a pin there in 26 seconds. So Hendricks continuing to dominate after going 4-0 and getting first at the Skyview Girls Tournament this previous weekend down in Thornton, Colorado. Apparently we're going to wait for those matches to get over. So I think I'm going to have Griffin go ahead and he's going to videotape this one. I want to remind the listeners that these matches will be up on the YouTube channel archived. You'll be able to pull them up and watch them at a later time. So Farmeyer versus Gabby here. They're underway here in the first period, circling the middle of the mat. Wish I'd have known that they were going to wait for the boys for these two matches, but such is life. Now they're ear to ear, backing out as Farmeyer. Re-engaging is Gabby. Just kind of pushing right now, feeling each other out. Farmeyer trying to work towards a takedown here early in the first period. 1:27 on the clock. We've got the scoreboard clock on the boys' mat, so I'll keep you posted on the score. And there's a headlock. Farmeyer on her back, fighting out, gets out. Going to give up two near fall and the 3 for the takedown. She's down 5-zip. Gabby working a hard half Nelson. Nice job by Farmeyer clamping down on it, breaking the hand off the head. Now far side half isn't going to be too deep. Farmeyer needs to get a leg up and get out of there on this half Nelson. There's a far side half. Farmeyer looking into it. Now she looks away, peels it off. 51 seconds left here in the first. Farmeyer with Gabby having some hand control. Farmeyer should be able to reach or could have reached inside Gabby's leg. She has it. Now she's to her feet. She needs to elevate the leg. She has the leg. Now maybe a trip. A trip from the knee, and she just drives across her and is going to get the 2-point reversal. Now she's going to get some back points. Just hold her right there. Get the 4. She's got the 4 sewed up. Now look for the pin with 20 seconds left here in the first. She's going to switch maybe to a headlock. She thought about it. She's got the left arm. The left arm is holding Gabby's right arm as she's twisting away from Farmeyer. And it's going to be 6-5 headed to the second period in about 2-1. And away we go to the second. So nice reversal. And then 4-point near far by Farmeyer. She's down just 1 here to start the second period. With her choice, she's going to take up. So that'll make Gabby will start on the bottom. Farmeyer's going to try to work for a near fall or possible pin here. There's an attempted Granby stacked up, but no, not long enough for a point. Now a roll attempt by Gabby on the bottom. Good hips there by Farmeyer. Gets out in front of it, stops the momentum, and then she can't stop the momentum on that one. Tried to post her arm up and just got rolled over. Now she's on her back. She gave up 2 on the reversal. She's going to give up 4 on this near fall. And with the 1:35 left, that's a long time to fight off your back. And there's the call as Farmeyer falls at 2 minutes 32 seconds. 32 seconds into the second period. So now we're over on the boys' mat. And I think we're starting at 120. Yep. So we're going to have Jonas Hendricks, the freshman. Had a good win. Win via pin over Himley from Douglas in that first duel. So he'll take on Goodall, who also pinned Himley. We're at 120 pounds. Goodall, a senior, wrestling 120. Pretty long and lean. This reminds me of the EWC College Rodeo team's rodeo that they host with music in the background, and we're underway at 120 pounds. Attempted pick by Goodall, ankle pick. Hendricks backs out of that. Hendricks doing a little hand fighting. Now we're tied in. Another attempt at two attempts at a single leg. Hendricks is in trouble now as it's lifted up in the air by Goodall. He tries to go cross steam, and they go out of bounds. Good mat awareness by Hendricks to get out of the circle. He'd have given up 2 takedown there for sure. Goodall definitely aggressive on offense on their feet. There's a shot by Hendricks. Goodall sprawls out. Hendricks backs out. Goodall again goes to the right leg of Hendricks. That's his target area apparently. There's been about 5 shots on it, or reaches at least. Hendricks. Now Goodall in on a deep double leg. He's going to try to elevate him, drive. Hendricks tries to flip him over the top. He can't. He's got to give up the 2. He's got a whizzer in, and he's going to whizzer him out of bounds. They gave the 2 points, and now back points by Goodall. He was out of bounds. The second official called him out. Got his foot back in bounds, but he was. So we got a 3 near fall. We didn't get to the 5 count for 4 points. Hendricks down 6-0 on the CNA scoreboard here in the first. Minute 4 left. There's a caution by Goodall as he tried to time the whistle and just gave a little flinch like an offensive lineman. No move from Hendricks off the bottom. Goodall throws the left leg in. Working the far side arm bar. Hendricks either needs to tripod up or snap that hip down. Now Goodall gets his leg out of there. Working on the left side of Hendricks this time with a deep waist. Hendricks with a sit out. Nice speed there. Gets out and up. They're 6-1. Hendricks with a shot. He's got a single leg. He's looking to trip on the inside. Goodall stops it. Hendricks keeps going. Goodall gets his hips above Hendricks, and now he's in a reverse half. Gets a reversal to the back. That's 3 points, 9-1. Goodall trying to work for the pin. Hendricks with 18 seconds left fights off his back, gives up 4. He's down 13-1. We're still in the first period, and there is some more near fall at the end, and that might do it. As that's 3, 16-1. Goodall. Little buzzsaw came out. Little senior experience there on that one. So Garrett Henderson going to accept a forfeit. And he's going to be followed by Ian Pierce and Cooper Meyer. And Cooper's a pretty good little wrestler.
Now wrestling, Wheatland is open. Torrington, Garrett Henderson.
So here's Henderson. He gets the forfeit. That makes it 6-5 CNA scoreboard. Now we've got Ian Pierce and Cooper Meyer. Meyer ranked 4th in the state of Wyoming. Pierce didn't wrestle on the varsity against Douglas. That was Skyland Smith. See how he does against Meyer. Shoots on a double leg, backs back out. Now they're tied up. There's a far reach single by Meyer. He's got it up on his feet, trying to elevate, and gets Pierce to the ground. Takedown. Pierce up on his feet, trying to get the hands controlled of Meyer. Faces him, and close to a reversal. Meyer hangs on to the left leg of Pierce. Pierce got to keep his hips up here, keep him off the mat. Meyer looked like he's trying for a little short fireman, let loose of the arm. Now he reaches for it again. Pierce on his hip, and his leg completely under Meyer. He's got to go with the whizzer, I would think, there. Now he faces him. Had a good opportunity, I think, to throw a whizzer in to force Meyer's head to the mat. Now he's going to try to cross face as he controls an ankle, and they're going to go out of bounds. No change, so Pierce still on the ground. Faces the wrong way, now turns around, faces the official. Pierce set, Meyer set to get on. Up next is Goodrow and Rees at 138. Two points awarded to Meyer, and now Pierce rolls through, gets caught in half Nelson with his arm dragging, and he's stacked up pretty good. He's got his leg inside of Myers. Otherwise, Meyer would allow Myers to sit out, get his hips down. Now he gets out of it. Got to fight for another 17 seconds. Pierce moving around and really just needs to stay with his weight away from him. Gets out and is going to get a reverse maybe. Nothing yet. There's the 2 reverse after giving up 4. It's 9-2 CNA scoreboard headed to the second. Nice job by Pierce timing his roll just right. Got a little bit of daylight, and now they're going to go neutral with Pierce's. Meyer defers to him. Meyer's shot on a single to his belly, back out. Rees with an overhook, or Pierce with an overhook there. Blocks Meyer's shot. Now tries to spin back behind. Keeps spinning. Myers is spinning. Just sits out. They're back up facing each other. Good scramble by both wrestlers there. Pierce trying to throw him and elevate him, and now Myers tries to return the favor right at the edge of the mat. Toe is still in each one of them, and they're going to go no control. Both up. Good call there. As soon as the wrestlers ended the mat, Pierce kind of stopped, which is kind of a no-no because they could have probably awarded 2, but I wouldn't have, but it's possible. There's a low single leg by Meyer. Deep on Pierce now. He's on his rump roast and gives up 3 for the takedown. 12-2 CNA scoreboard. Meyer with the underhook on the left side has Pierce bellied down. Pressure right behind the shoulder blades pushing on him. Now Pierce is able to back up and get to his force, trying to get some hand control. Myers with a little cheap tilt has him on his back and is getting some counts. Pierce is going to roll over and can't quite get to his belly. Now he does. Gives up 4 on the 16-2, 14-point difference. Pierce is trying to a little sit out and then gets stacked up, rolls through, no back points awarded. Meyer does a nice job of transitioning to a tilt and pinning combinations when Pierce moves. Now he's got an underhook and a near side half. Rolls over his back and gets Pierce on his back. This will do it, whether he pins him or not. He pinned him. So Pierce gets pinned in the second period by Meyer. That pushes the score to, I believe, 12-5. Goodrow and Rees. Goodrow, a sophomore, 5-10. 5-11 after he got beat by the Douglas kid. Rees, in the earlier contest, pinned Hudson Shipton from Douglas. Let's see if he can duplicate that, get Torrington back into it. There's a shot by Goodrow. It pretty deep on Reese. He pops him out with a nice sprawl, gets back behind him for three. Score him a takedown. Working the right side, trying to break him down and secure an arm with an underhook. Chicken wing. Can't quite get his other right hand in there, as Goodrow just kind of turtling up on him. But Reese has got to get outside. There's a half attempt. Half attempt while you're staying parallel to him isn't going to cut it. This official in particular will warn you for stalling at that point, and I think Reese is pretty close to getting called on that, although Goodrow not doing anything on the bottom to try to base up. They're both just really sitting there. Pierce, check it. Reese has a chicken wing on the far side, and now he switches sides, near side half, and can't get it. Less loose of the chicken wing. Got his Goodrow's right arm, and now just rolls through. Goodrow goes with it back to where they were. Again, a roll, but he doesn't quite get him to the tipping point. Now he's going to get some back point counting. I think he got 2 counts. Still has the same tilt hold, so until he breaks it, there's the 2 awarded. 5-0. Reese with the near side half, controlling the far arm, is out to the side and has Goodrow's head turned. There's 10 seconds left. He's got to hurry if he's going to get the pin. He's got him, and he gets it. 1:54. Another pin for Torrington. That's Jaden's second pin tonight. That brings up Hager and Stephen Reese, both sophomores. Reese is 2 and 3. Well, I guess they're going to forfeit that one. Now we're up to 150. And Marshall Edwards from Wheatland, he's a junior. He's 12 and 7 on the season. He has a tall task in front of him with the number 2 ranked team or wrestler in the state, Ty Alba. 23-0, 23 pins. At some point, we have to move this young man to number 1 in the state with that record. That record and the pins is impressive. I don't think he's really wrestled past the second period. There was a little duck under, gets him in a cradle. Now he's trying a 3/4 Nelson, back to a cradle, standing from the feet. Look out, he's going to throw him to his back, and that should probably do it, as he's going to get him in the honeymooner. Nope, gets a pin in 15 seconds. Didn't have time to get the honeymooner going. So Alba runs that record, 24. And oh, nope, no pin. We got blood on the mat. That's unfortunate. Score is 7-0 on the CNA scoreboard. Alba was in deep, but stopped it. Only awarded 4 points for the near fall, and Edwards was in dire straits there. Up after Alba, we're going to have Woodard accepting a 4-foot, followed by Sandusky accepting a 4-foot. So the next match will be Caden Adams taking on Colby Milnes at 175. Milnes 11 and 7 on the season. Cleaning up some blood on the mat. I will bring, Torrington has one more home duel, and that is against Alliance. I believe that to be, I think it's the 5th of February. We will have that one. We will have that on a YouTube channel, whether it's KGOS Sports or GoCo Now. Tune in to the morning and news sports shows, as well as the Friday night scoreboard show. A little different this year, covering all the Goshen County sports, which would be basketball, boys and girls, wrestling this year, and we'll get some results from indoor track. First one was this last weekend. So Alba is going to say, let him up. I want to go up. So we're going to get 1 point for Edwards on the CNA scoreboard, 7-1. I believe Alba will probably go. There should be a minute 45 left in this period. I think that the scoreboard jumped to the second period, and it should still be. If they were listening, they would know that it's 1:45 left, because I had Alba with the pin at 15 when the whistle blew, and it was actually for a blood timeout. Now discussion. At any rate, whatever time they put on the clock, it's the first period. Alba would have been on top. He said to the official, I want to go neutral. And so at that point, Edwards is going to get a point. And Alba and Edwards will be on their feet after this lengthy discussion. First duels broadcast by Keith Broadcasting. Thankful that we have the YouTube channels and the additional channels at the new station to be able to bring you more than just regional updates and state broadcasting. We will also bring you, I believe we're going to be at up in Lusk for a quad up there. Alba with a shot right at the whistle. Wizard out of it now, just throws Edwards to the ground. He's going to get it locked up in the leg, locked up and working for that pin with a minute 32 left. It's going to get at least 14-1, and Alba is going to get the 3-point takedown. And the pin streak ends with the 17-2 decision for Ty Alba. A win's a win. He was going straight from the feet to trying to get him to the back. He couldn't quite get it there. So Woodard and Sandusky accepting forfeits at 157, 165 respectively. That'll put Torrington at 35 points and Wheatland at 11. 35 I think is what it should be. So now we're ready to go with Caden Adams taking on Colby Milnes. This ought to be a good one. Adams wrestled well in that first contest. 16-1 victory over Lopez from Douglas. Gets a takedown here to start us out against Wheatland. Has the left arm controlled. Now lets loose of it. Stays back behind the elbows. Good technique there. Milnes to his feet and gets the escape. 3-1 CNA scoreboard. Milnes with the deep shot on. Adams gets the right leg up in the air. Adams trying to post the leg down, gets it down to the mat, and is able to pry his leg away from Milnes. Now he shoots like an airplane, gets underhooked out of it, and then just shucks Milnes by. No points yet. Milnes trying for a little lateral drop. Adams putting pressure down with an underhook, looking to try to throw him. Milnes in on him, and now they both back out. 52 seconds left here in the first. Milnes tries to shuck him by. Adams with the underhook. Needs to snap him down and then go. Adams sprawled out. Milnes. Now Adams just shuffles back behind, pushes his head down, gets 3-point takedown. 6-1 CNA scoreboard, and breaks Milnes down. Needs to get back behind the elbow. He's out in front with the left arm, trying to stack him up. Now controls Milnes' left arm. Maybe a chicken wing, I can't quite see. Milnes bases back up on Adams with 10 seconds left here in the first. Adams chases down to a single leg, breaks Milnes back down, and that's the end of the first period with Adams up 6-1 CNA scoreboard. Milnes' decision, he's going to defer to Adams. Adams should take neutral, and he does. He's had no problems twice taking him down in the first period. Milnes with a little lazy attempt at a single leg, backed out. Now Adams down underneath Milnes, controlling Milnes' left hand. Needs to either decide to get in or out. Tries to shuck Milnes by. Now Milnes gets him out of position and gets a takedown in a deep half, trying to get him over with 1:30 left. Adams has a long time to fight off his back. He's pushing back into Milnes. Milnes is really high, and Adams is going to get pinned. In control of the match, gets out of position one time and gets pinned. That's unfortunate. That'll bring up Steinseck and Brant Eichenberger. Eichenberger, a sophomore. Steinseck, a junior, and he is 3-14 on the season. We're at 190 pounds. This is a feisty kid. I watched this Steinseck kid earlier, and he bull rushes people and likes to try to lateral drop. He's tall for a 190-pounder. I thought Eichenberger was tall. This kid's got him by 4 inches. Got some Springsteen going. 190-pound match. Wrestlers kind of feeling each other out, jockeying for position in a headlock. Eichenberger has Steinig's left hand controlled. Now lets loose. Steinsick with an attempted drag, arm drag. Didn't really even budge Eichenberger. Now Eichenberger's got 2-on-1 on his Steinsick's left arm. Needs to shuck him down, do something with it, not just hold on to it. Now there's a bit of a duck under. Steinsick tries to throw him. Eichenberger scrambles, gets out of it. Now he's on top of Steinsick and gets a 3-point takedown. Good scramble by Eichenberger, not panicking on the headlock, just rolling through it. Now he's got Steinsick stacked up, and there's the pin at 1:03 in the first period. Brant Eichenberger with a big pin for Torrington, just their second pin after having 5. I think it was 5 against Douglas. Now here's a good, this is going to be a dandy here. We've got at 215 pounds, number 3 ranked David Ibarra versus number 4 ranked Creed Kuntz from Wheatland. And Ibarra is a scrappy wrestler. He's the one that got choked out against Douglas, gave up 5 on the near fall, regrouped, and then did a lateral drop and pinned Herberts from Douglas. He's in kind of on a single leg. Now he's going to back out. Almost gave up a single leg, scrambled and faces him now, trying to bear hug him. And now Kuntz is going to get the 3-point takedown. A couple opportunities by Ibarra missed there, I think. This is similar to how he started out against Herberts against Douglas. He got a deep crossface, and Ibarra is strong. He fights out of that. So he's looking, got the outside leg posted up. Kuntz has a far side cradle. Ibarra straightens it out and breaks out of it. Now he's on all fours at the edge of the mat and back down to his knees. Right leg posted. Good position for a sit out, and then just goes out of the mat. We're going to start again with 45 seconds left here in the first. Ibarra. Kuntz from the right side gets on him. Ibarra, no move off right off the gun. Posts his outside leg. Kuntz trying to get a crossface or get his leg in, it looked like. Now he's got attempting to control the right arm or left arm of Ibarra. Try to far side half. Ibarra to his feet, right back to the mat. 25 seconds left. 3-zip Ibarra down here in the first period. Now he's to his feet. He's got hand control. Needs to turn into him, and they should give him one. They do. Good escape with 16 seconds left. Need to make a decision here on a quick shot or just ride it to the second period. If you're Ibarra against the number 4 ranked team in the state. Or wrestler in the state, not team. And that's going to do the end of the first. It should be Ibarra's choice. Nope, it's Kuntz's choice. He's going to defer, so it ends up being Ibarra. He's going to take neutral. He's going to have to create an angle and make a good shot. Nothing happening there. Locked up with Kuntz. Right in the middle of the mat. Kuntz chucks him by. They all back up. Ibarra backs up to the middle of the mat. Little head tap, fake shot. Nothing there. Ibarra likes the lateral drop, likes a little throw action, but it's really tough to throw somebody that's that much taller than you. Kuntz has a decisive height advantage. Get double underhooked by Ibarra. Tries to throw him, and Kuntz posts his hand. He's going to give up the takedown. Ibarra fighting to get his neck out of there. He does, and they're off the mat. So the attempted throw, I was just talking about it. It's really hard to get in tight enough to do that unless you can get the opponent to push into you and use their momentum. And Kuntz just posted his arm, and it stopped all momentum from Ibarra. So it should be 6-1 CNA scoreboard with Kuntz having 2 takedowns. Ibarra looks like he's trying to set up a headlock. Try to inside leg trip. Nothing there, off the mat. 55 seconds left here in the second period. Kuntz with the shot on a shot, single leg. Ibarra with a little bit of a wizard, kicks right out of it, jumps out, and then gets pushed off the mat. We're going to get 1 point for the push off the mat. I believe that was a penalty point. Coach is telling Ibarra to circle. Not much action here with 25 seconds left in the second period. Ibarra with the underhook now with the bear hug. And Kuntz with the attempted headlock. I don't think I'd try to throw Ibarra. He'll roll right through it. Ibarra at the edge of the mat is behind him with both hands. Now he gets a single, pulls him back into the mat with 10 seconds left. Needs a takedown here. Just pushes him past. Needs to come out the backside. No points scored yet with 1. And right at the end, they're going to say no. Boy, that was close. 3-2 CNA scoreboard. Headed to the third. Kuntz's choice. He's taken down with a 1 point lead. Coach is saying to Ibarra, let him up. So it's 4-2. They're going to do this third period on their feet. A takedown for Ibarra would be huge. Would give him a 1 point lead. Lifts him up on a single leg, back down. Now he's got it up in the air a little bit. Kuntz pushing his head down and pushes him out of bounds. Kuntz knew exactly where he was on the mat. Ibarra's got to go again. He shoots again. There's a possibility, I think, of a warning for stalling as Kuntz has went pretty dead on any sort of shots. It's been all Ibarra. What a gutsy match this is by both of these wrestlers. Ibarra with the underhook again. Trying to get Kuntz to push back on him. Now there's the warning stalling call on Kuntz as he's backing up. He tries to halfway throw Ibarra. Ibarra just keeps pushing into him. Now Kuntz drops to his knee, gets in on the leg. Ibarra needs to roll back behind, and they go out of bounds. That's okay. That's okay for Ibarra. He needs to keep going because with a warning for stalling on Kuntz, one more stall call and Ibarra gets a point. There's a shot on a low single leg. Ibarra trying to get to his feet. Kuntz trying to get back behind him. Ibarra holding on to that right leg. Now pulls him back out in front. Ibarra to his feet. Kuntz trying to keep his leg down. He does. Tries to throw Ibarra to his back. Ibarra spins back over on top. Good scramble by Kuntz. Ibarra tries to throw Kuntz. They're out of bounds. They're going to give Kuntz 3 points and then a pin because Ibarra's feet were still in ground. That was 40 seconds left. That's too early for a desperation throw that Ibarra tried. And now his right arm appears to be injured. So Ibarra goes down to Creed Kuntz. Heck of a match right up to the point for Ibarra that he tried to throw him. And it was kind of a half throw and then use your legs to kick him up and over. And Kuntz was having nothing to do with that. So really we have one match left. We've got Aaron Chavez to accept a forfeit at heavyweight. And then we're going to have what I think is going to be a good one. Barrett Brew taking on Gabe Hagan. Hagan, a junior, ranked 7th in the state. Brew ranked 2nd. Barrett had a victory over Mason Jolly, 15-0. And away we go here in the first. This wrestling's as fast-paced as the volleyball is to broadcast, I'll tell you. Brew with a shot. He's in. He elevates, takes him to the mat. Has Hagan down now, forces his head to the mat with the left arm control. Looking to chop and secure the right arm. Get the chicken wing. He's got it in. It's pretty deep. Tries to take him to the right. Nothing happening there. If he can secure the left arm, go up over the head. He's got the left arm. Now he's just got to pressure down on the head and keep going around the body. And I guarantee you that Hagan will go. He's got his hips broke down this time now. Brew just going to let him up. There's a double leg. Nice shot. He's on his feet. Rotates. Gets him to the mat. 6-1 CNA scoreboard. As easy as Brew's taking him down, he's only a few takedowns away from another tech fall. Brew working that, trying to work that crossface. Is in between the legs of Hagan. Now is back out. Breaks him down, tries to go up the gut to secure the arm, and is going to try to get a cheap tilt here. He gets it over. There's one count. There's two. Brew's going to get at least 3. Or at least 3 points. There's one more. Brew's going to release it. He gets 3 near fall. 9-1 CNA scoreboard. Brew with the chop of the right arm. Breaks him down. 8 seconds left in the first. Brew working his chin in the shoulder of Hagan. He's up 9-1 CNA scoreboard, and Hagan's going to defer to Brew. Brew will probably take neutral. I would. Absolutely he did. We're back in it. Brew with the sweeping single leg. Good shot. Working up the body. Hagan trying to hold on to the legs. There's 3-point takedown for Brew. Now he's trying to tilt him. He's got the count for 4. That'll be it. 16-1. Barrett Brew with the victory. Heck of a match by Brew. Just technical. Take down, get the points, get out, go sit down. So Bo Lever will head out and take the forefoot, and Torrington is going to win this running away 57-23 on the CNA scoreboard. So that is a wrap from Willie. Thank you everybody who tuned in. Again, listen to the morning and noon sports, as well as the scoreboard show. We'll bring you all the updates from the rest of the week's action, as well as what's coming up over the weekend. And until the 5th of February, this is Shad Mates. Have a great night, everyone.